welcome to the show, or welcome to my live. Today, I'll be covering topics such as Crohn's, diabetes, as well as answering your questions. If you want to support what I do, head over to patreon.com/hurtmant and become a Patreon member, paid Patreon member. Now, first things first, let's do a mic check. You see my video from yesterday. I definitely wasn't feeling the audio coming from this phone. So expect a microphone soon. All right, I'm on YouTube right now, checking the YouTube audio. Boom, says I'm live. All right, I'm on YouTube right now, checking. Boom, audio check. I hear it. Good. All right, checking Facebook now. Checking the Facebook audio. Okay, I need to. I put do not disturb on there. Audio coming from this phone. Facebook audio, I lock it. Okay, I need to. Facebook audio, I lock. Okay, I need to mute it. Mute Facebook, and then I need to check Twitch. Audio on Twitch. Then we're gonna get this party started. I gotta make sure I change these thumbnails. All right, Twitch loading. Twitch. All right, I can hear the Twitch audio sounding good. YouTube audio, boom, says I'm live. I'll mute the. YouTube right now, check it. Boom, audio check. I hear it. Good. There is a delay. All right, check it. But how do you mute Facebook now? YouTube audio? Check Facebook. Just a question. Okay, I need to. Never thought about that till now. I put do not disturb on there. Don't know. All right. So Crohn's. We're gonna start with Crohn's. No matter what problem you're having, you want to promote detoxification. All right, whether it's Crohn's, diabetes, etc. That's always key. Promoting detoxification simply means to eliminate waste. Promoting the elimination of your waste. I'll probably talk more about that in a later video, or just issue out a course that I keep directing people to, or just join Patreon. I'll put the course on Patreon first. And Patreon is what, $7 a month. It's like 25 cents a day or something like that. Something cheap, right? So Crohn's. Crohn's basically is an inflammatory bowel problem or inflammatory bowel disease. They will mention that it is an autoimmune disease. In my opinion, that just means I don't know what the heck's going on. So I'm just going to say it's an autoimmune disease, right? So automatic, immune, etc. So with Crohn's, inflammation in the bowels for whatever reason. Well, this ties back into the real reason, or in my opinion, the bowels are inflamed due to waste accumulating in the bowels, digestive waste as well as cellular waste. You begin to have things like polyps, the lining of your bowel walls deteriorating. All of that is just acid or waste that is accumulating in the bowel walls, breaking down those tissues, causing lymphatic stagnation or waste just not being moved out properly. And going back to the autoimmune part of it, autoimmune simply lymphatic stagnation. Your lymphatic system is your main immune system, so you want to move lymph, aka promote detoxification. So when talking about, let's say, reversing or getting rid of bowel inflammation, you have herbs that can help. Okay, so on one hand, you want to focus on the bowels themselves. The bowels are part of your digestive system. So if you're thinking holistic, you have to bring balance to your entire digestive system. But also, when restoring bowel health, you want to move lymph as well. We'll focus on your lymphatic system. So when dealing with herbs for the digestive system, you have many different organs a part of it. Some herbs that can help restore the digestive system's function. A great one is chamomile flowers. It is a relaxing nervine as well as carminative, so it can be used to help reduce spasms in your entire gastrointestinal tract, stomach and bowels, as well as esophagus. Also, it is a carminative, which can be used to remove gas. So if you're eating a lot of fermented foods and burping a lot, gassy a lot, this would definitely help to push this gas out. But of course, what would help more is if you stop eating fermented foods or combining your foods wrong. Anytime you burp or belch, you either, let's say, swallowed air and you were eating too quickly, or just combining your foods wrong. So relaxing nervine or antispasmodic as well as carminative actions is chamomile flowers. Now, this is not the only herb that has this action, but it is the one I'm mentioning. Also, too, you have a great herb known as slippery elm bark that can be used to soothe the lining of your gastrointestinal tract or just reduce inflammation because it has a demulcent action. And then you have bitters that can be used to promote the secretion of your digestive juices, which will promote the digestive system's function, allowing you to break down your foods better so they can get absorbed, as well as not sit in the bowels for so long because they are small enough to move through your bowels. So one I like to mention a lot is actually gentian root, Gentiin, gentian root. Oh yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe on YouTube, or just like the video in general if you want to support and don't have the funds to do so. So gentian root is a great bitter. Also, peppermint is another herb that has a bitter action that can promote the secretion of, let's say, a hydrochloric acid, as well as you can say maybe some pancreatic function, as well as liver function. But peppermint has a bitter quality to it. So peppermint and gentian root. Also, to promote the liver's function, which is a part of the digestive system, you have hepatic herbs, or herbs that have a hepatic action. It's it could be a chalagogue action. It could be a it's another good one. Chalagogue, choleritic, hepatoprotective, etc. So herbs that promote the liver's function. Some pretty gentle ones would be dandelion root and Oregon grapefruit. The bitters do promote your pancreas function. Gentian root is great for that. Supporting your liver supports your pancreas because your liver produces bile, and then the gallbladder secretes bile into your pancreatic duct, basically, which allows the fats to be emulsified. Therefore, the pancreas can now break those fats down even further to be absorbed in the small bowels. And these fats are being absorbed into your lymphatic system. And that's where the lymphatic system ties in. I mean, it really ties in all over your gastrointestinal tract, but more specifically, it ties in here in the small bowels and absorbing the fats. And that's why when restoring digestive health and, let's say defeating Crohn's or any type of IBD or any type of IBD, IBS, etc., you got to focus on these areas. So the marshmallow, so slippery elm bark is great for the entire gastrointestinal tract. So that includes the small and large bowels. And also, since we're talking about the digestive system, some great herbs to promote the movement of waste out through your colon would have a laxative action. So herbs like yellow dock root, as well as Cascara sagrada, are great here. So when looking at restoring the digestive system's function, let's say to defeat, reverse so-called Crohn's, or basically inflammation in the bowels, and again, it's focusing on your digestive system, you have actions such as antispasmodic or relaxing nervine action is what you want in herbs. You will probably want a carminative action. You will want a demulcent action. bitter or hepatic or hepatic, as well as laxative action. So that type of combination to help start to restore bowel health from an herbal perspective. Now, when dealing with promoting the movement of lymph, you have herbs that are specific to lymphatic flow, and these herbs typically have an alterative action or a lymphatic action. And these would include herbs like burdock root, as well as red clover blossoms. Now, it's important to note when promoting the movement of lymph, two more organs you want to focus on, or two more areas you want to focus on. One would be kidneys and adrenals, and then the other would be your skin. When promoting the movement of lymph, because your body creates cellular and metabolic waste all the time. So there's always waste being created on a cellular level. This waste needs to be moved out via kidneys. Your adrenals supports your kidney function and vice versa. Your skin also supports your kidneys function. Your skin is considered to be your third kidney. And yes, you have herbs for your adrenal glands and for your skin and for your kidneys. So typically herbs that benefit your adrenal glands function, they have an action known as adaptogen. Herbs that benefit your kidneys typically have an action known as diuretic. And then herbs that benefit the skin contain calcium, silica, or some restores connective tissue in some way. And some examples. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me put it on mute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, that was work related. So adaptogens. So adrenal glands, herbs that support your adrenal glands function has an adaptogen action. Some examples of these would be holy basil, as well as oat straw. Oat straw is a great calcium supplement, so it's great for connective tissue, restoring connective tissue function, as well as promoting your endocrine system's function. Some examples of herbs to help promote your kidneys function would be burdock root again, and cleavers. Now, when supporting your kidneys function, you want more than just herbs to stimulate your kidneys. You would also want a herb to cleanse your kidneys, like corn silk, and also an herb to strengthen your kidneys, like stinging nettle leaf. So corn silk has a diuretic action as well as an antiseptic action. And then stinging nettle leaf has a diuretic action as well as a toning or a tonic action. And then some examples of herbs for your skin. Horsetail is a great herb to be used for the skin. I believe shave grass horsetail is also called shave grass too. Now, and those are just some bullet points. So again, to promote your lymphatic system's function, you want herbs for the kidneys, adrenals, as well as your skin. Now, when you take the holistic approach, the adrenal glands is a part of your endocrine system, so balancing that entire endocrine system to ensure that you are restoring adrenal glands function as well. A great herb to promote your entire endocrine system's function would be Siberian ginseng. Now, your endocrine system contains your hypothalamus gland, pituitary gland, your pineal gland, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenals. You could argue heart, as well as half of your pancreas, or just say the pancreas. Also, your gonads too. So the ovaries and I was going to say and or, but ovaries or testes as well. So to support all the functions, your endocrine system deals with your emotions, hormones, etc. So, and of course, when looking at promoting your kidneys function, you got to include your bladder. A great herb for the bladder would be marshmallow root, great for reducing any type of inflammation in the bladder. Marshmallow root is also great for reducing inflammation in the bowels too. Oh, they got it out here now. And then when looking at promoting your skin's health, not only will you want herbs specific to the skin, but you will want herbs for your thyroid. Your thyroid is a part of your endocrine system, as well as herbs for your liver. And the liver is a part of your digestive system. So that's when the herbs that have a hepatic action come in. So you do have herbs specific to your thyroid. So, for example, typically herbs in the mint family can reduce thyroid's function. So if you have an overactive thyroid, things like lemon balm, holy basil can be used to reduce your thyroid's function. If you have a uh, hypo or underactive thyroid, you have herbs that can stimulate your thyroid's function, such as bladderwrack or ashwagandha root. Understand the thyroid controls body temperature. So if you, Tatiana, what's going on? I might know you, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't tell. Just an empty message there. So the thyroid controls your body's temperature, which means it can heat you up. It can cause you to sweat. It can make your skin red as well, or make you hot, which can make your skin red. And then herbs for the liver, I mentioned it earlier. So yellow dock root, as well as, actually, I mentioned dandelion root and Oregon grapefruit. But the yellow dock root that has a laxative action can also promote your liver's function. And yellow dock root also moves lymph as well. So when dealing with Crohn's specifically, you really want to think holistic and cover, you know, areas such as your digestive system, lymphatic system, your urinary system, and endocrine system, and tegumentary system to ensure that you get the proper outcome or the outcome that you want. And not just for Crohn's, but mind you, even though it might, I'm talking, you know, specifically about Crohn's, this applies to everything. You need to restore your digestive system no matter what issue you have, because your digestive system is involved with giving you the proper nutrition you need, the proper nutrition your cells need in order to repair themselves and kick the waste out. Because at its core, your body is made up of cells, spaces, and two fluids. All of them need nutrition, and all of them want to get their waste out. And you can say, when dealing with nutrition coming in, you must focus on the digestive system, and waste going out, you want to focus on your lymphatic system. And again, when moving lymph, you got to focus on urinary system, endocrine system, as well as your skin. Now, diabetes. So basically, everything applies that apply to Crohn's will apply to diabetes, with more of a focus on your adrenals and pancreas. Because when talking about diabetes, it's a sugar metabolism issue, more so with glucose, or and also and you get a lot of this from your complex carbs. So diet is important with Crohn's as well as with diabetes. Going back to Crohn's, I mean, a lot of your cruciferous vegetables, a lot of your leafy greens are not something you want to eat, because it's real gassy. It can cause irritation in the bowels. And really, we're not supposed to be eating this stuff anyway, but that's a topic for another day. Yeah, so herbs that support your adrenal glands function, again, would be adaptogens. And a great adaptogen to promote your entire endocrine system's function is Siberian ginseng. But you have more herbs that have an adaptogen action for your adrenal glands. This would include Schisandra berry, licorice root. Do your research on these herbs before using them. They do have, contraindications. They do have toxicities, etc. Licorice root raises blood pressure, just so you know. Sasandra berry can make you a bit hot. It's a toning herb. It's a tonic. And if you begin to strengthen things before you're eliminating, you could run into some problems, simply because when you're strengthening cells, they're going to create more waste, which means more waste needs to be moved out. And if you don't have the doorways to move out this waste, the waste will get recirculated and pushed into weaker areas. And you can say breaking down these areas a lot faster than what it would have if you hadn't started to strengthen these organs, or any organ for that matter. But Schisandra berry, licorice root, great for promoting adrenal gland function. You also have other herbs like suma, SUMA, and rhodiola root, both have an adaptogen action. But the key here, when promoting adrenal glands function, you want an adaptogen. Also, too, when promoting your adrenal glands deal with anxiety. You can say sense of self-worth, emotions, etc. It's just like where you get your pride from, energy, all that stuff. Adrenal glands is what you want to work on. Reducing inflammation in the body, systemic inflammation. Adrenal glands is what you want to focus on. And again, the adrenal glands are part of your endocrine system. Think holistic. Go after the whole system, as they will refer to it as a one system. And then herbs to promote the pancreas function. On one hand, you want herbs to support your endocrine system, because the pancreas is a part of your endocrine system. So all those herbs I mentioned can help, but more specifically, the Siberian ginseng, because now you want to make sure you're focusing on that pituitary gland and hypothalamus gland, which is considered to be the master organs of your endocrine system. So the Siberian ginseng can help deal with the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus gland's function. So can the Schisandra berry, as well as your licorice root. Access. All right, let's go back to the front. That's the back triple camera. Wow, that's interesting. Mirror. See if we can get this figured out. Dual back. Ah, there we go. Learning on the fly. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys heard that audio at all, so let me play it back and see if I can. Let's see here. Right. Let's go back to the front. That's the back triple camera. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Let's see if we can get this figured out. All right, so while you guys were seeing like a full frame, I was seeing like a slither. How can I do this? Like a little piece of what you guys would see, but you were seeing the full thing as I was playing with the cameras. But okay. All right. So OG Bird, I got your question. Give me a second. Where was I? All right, so basically herbs for your pancreas. Also, you want herbs for your digestive system because the pancreas is an endocrine organ, which means it's a part of your digestive system, as well as an endocrine organ, meaning it's a part of your endocrine system, but an exocrine organ, meaning it's a part of your digestive system. So all the herbs that can support your digestive system function, you would also want to take to promote your pancreas function as well. And all right, question: what's good for digestive? So what's good for digestion? If you played a live back, I was talking about it in the beginning when I was mentioning Crohn's. Just to recap, some herbs that could help with digestion: slippery elm bark, dandelion root, burdock root, as well as chamomile. And I probably said this, but I'll say it again. If you got any questions for me, put them in the chat. In about 5 minutes, I'm getting off. Unless I have questions, then I'll stay on a little bit longer. Meanwhile, another thing I'll talk about is PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. What I've done is I started to make carousels. So basically, I guess like continuous images, and I'm posting them on Patreon. I got to start posting them to the free members, and if you're a paid member, you're going to have access to all of them. I posted about 5 already on the tier 1 Patreon membership. And the carousel basically contains a disease name, herbs for that disease, a little minimal about it, and then how the herbs, you can say, support the function of eliminating the so-called disease. But go check out my Instagram. Just join the broadcast channel too, and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. All right, PCOS. First off, what is it? It's polycystic ovarian syndrome. So it tells you it's going to be involving cysts in the ovaries. So anytime you hear about cysts, same with tumors, growths, etc., you must think lymphatic and moving lymph. Ovaries, of course, is part of the reproductive system, specifically the female reproductive system. And whenever you're having issues in your reproductive system, male or female, you must focus on your endocrine system as well. And understand too, going back to the top of the show, promoting detoxification, right? Moving lymph. But of course, every cell needs blood. Every cell needs to move lymph. Also, every cell needs to have electricity or nerves. So you can never go wrong with taking nervines. Well, you can, but nervines is a good thing to take. Herbs to promote circulation, and then of course herbs to help move lymph. Now, going back to the ovaries, you want to, the endocrine system again is involved with your hormones. Okay, so when balancing hormones, focus on the endocrine system. Key organs to focus on: pituitary gland, hypothalamus gland. They control everything else. They start going wrong, not doing their job properly, it can affect your thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal glands, heart, etc. A great herb for the pituitary gland is chaste tree berry or chaste tree berry. And a great herb to promote your hypothalamus gland's function would be schisandra berry. Schisandra berry also promotes your pituitary gland's function and your adrenal gland's function as well. A great herb for the female reproductive system, pretty popular one would be raspberry leaf. To help to strengthen the uterus, licorice root can be used to tone or strengthen the ovaries. Also, the chaste tree berry, again, is great for the reproductive system because it can be used to balance, really specifically, reproductive hormones. So chaste tree berry, raspberry leaf, as well as licorice root. If you have high blood pressure, maybe take something like holy basil instead. More so for its adaptogen properties. Doesn't necessarily affect your ovaries. And then for cyst, all the herbs I mentioned about for your, I was talking about earlier for the lymphatic system. You always want to move lymph. Muscle contractions move lymph. Walking, so walking moves lymph. Lifting weights will move lymph, etc. What herbs can help heart palpitations? Yeah, so a great herb to restore heart function would be hawthorn. You can, Hawthorn berry can work. Also, hawthorn leaf and flower can help as well. But keep in mind too, why is the heart, palpitating? It goes back to too much waste has accumulated in or around the heart, disrupting its function. So you still want to promote detoxification or moving lymph, and that ties back into kidneys, adrenals, etc. Kidneys and adrenals also deal with blood pressure. If blood pressure is too high or too low, it's a direct relation to those kidneys and adrenals. And in some cases, the liver, because now you're getting involved with cholesterol. So the liver can start to become overworked as well. But all right. Thank you all for joining in. I'll be live again. Today's Thursday, so I'll probably be live again on Saturday. All right, until next time. Peace.